beaten. It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself be destroyed as Obi-Wan did. There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
Okay, I will join you.
Wait, what? I thought that would be more difficult. Well, come here.
This clip says it all about today's What If. What if Luke had joined Vader in Cloud City? First, I must say that this is my fan fiction, and you might have different ideas that are better. Feel free to let me know all about them in the comments. But before we dive into the story, please subscribe so I can see if I should make more. Enjoy. But let's rewind for a moment and delve into Luke's thoughts as he contemplates this monumental choice. Luke Skywalker, believing that he can remain a Jedi, resolves to outsmart both Vader and Palpatine. He convinces himself that he can maintain his Jedi principles while infiltrating the Sith ranks. Yoda had warned him about the temptations of the dark side, but Luke believes he can withstand its allure. If I play along, he thinks, I can learn everything I need to know. Once I get close enough to the Emperor, I'll strike him down, and then I can turn Vader back to the light. His resolve is strengthened by his vision of a united galaxy, free from the chaos that has plagued it for too long. Upon returning to the Emperor, Luke works hard to maintain the facade of a loyal Sith apprentice. As Vader watches, he feels a mixture of pride and suspicion. He worries about how strong Luke is becoming. You think you can trick me, my son? Vader often muses. Yet, he remains silent, allowing Luke the space to grow stronger in the dark side, still hoping that his son will come to understand the true nature of the Sith. As Luke trains with Vader and Palpatine, he bides his time, learning their secrets while honing his abilities. He studies their methods, convinced that one day soon, he will emerge victorious. In the depths of his mind, however, a flicker of doubt begins to grow. In a pivotal confrontation aboard the Imperial Star Destroyer, Palpatine realizes that Luke has begun to embrace the dark side. He decides that Luke is now the superior apprentice and no longer needs Vader. You are ready, Luke, Palpatine declares, and now it is time for you to prove your loyalty. Kill your father. If you kill him, you will gain power that no Sith has ever had. Luke thinks, now is the time. He can feign an attack on his father, then stealthily strike down the Emperor. But he does not know that this plan will leave a heavy mark. Now it happens. While they are training, Luke attacks Vader. Vader is completely confused. Vader blocks the strikes but refuses to properly attack him. But suddenly, Luke turns around and throws his lightsaber at Palpatine, hitting him squarely in the chest. Palpatine's shock is evident in his eyes. He slowly looks down and cannot comprehend that he, the Emperor, has been betrayed. But before he dies, he has something to say. Even if it means my downfall and not Vader's, you will fall to the dark side. You thought you could deceive us, but you didn't realize that we have been controlling you the whole time. Now you will be stronger than both of us, and you and Vader will continue the legacy of the Sith. Luke responds only with, never, and destroys half the room in his rage. Vader murmurs softly to himself, it has begun. I am free, and Luke will now be a Sith. Days pass, and Luke is now a true Sith, beginning to take orders from the new Emperor, Vader. It becomes increasingly difficult to bring him back. Now to Yoda. He notices that Luke has been gone too long and feels a disturbance in the Force. He senses that the Emperor is dead, but something worse has happened. Luke has fallen to the dark side. He blames himself. He should have stopped Luke from leaving. He knew Luke wasn't ready. Overwhelmed by his thoughts, Yoda remembers the other hope, Leia. Obi-Wan is even more shaken than Yoda. He had placed so much trust in Luke and has now lost him, just like Anakin. Yet he knows that all is not lost. After all, the Emperor is dead. They have a chance. They need the other hope, Leia. Obi-Wan appears as a Force spirit before Leia. He explains everything to her, but she cannot comprehend it. Luke is to be her brother? Luke is now a Sith? This can't be true. She learns that she is their last hope. Han Solo and Chewbacca receive this news and are also deeply shaken. But once they gather themselves, they decide to bring Luke back. They believe that there is still good in Luke and that together they can retrieve him. Leia flies immediately to Dagobah, where she begins training with Yoda. Back to Vader and Luke. The two are a perfect pair. Vader continues to train Luke, and they take more control over the galaxy. Years pass, Leia makes significant progress in her training, but Yoda wants to be sure this time and makes the training as thorough as possible. However, something unexpected happens with Luke and Vader. Luke is now more powerful than Vader, but he is still the apprentice. He wants more. He craves more power. He decides to kill Vader, thinking he is no longer useful and that he needs no father. Vader is just a weakness for him. So it happens. During a mission, Luke attacks Vader. The fight is spectacular. Vader tries to talk Luke down, but Luke, now consumed by the dark side and power-hungry, ignores everything and ultimately kills Vader. This death reverberates through the galaxy. Yoda feels it too. His thoughts are mixed. He thinks it is good that they only need to fight Luke now, but he fears that Luke will become even more invincible. Luke, however, has not seen his friends and family, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and Leia, for many years, which they can use to their advantage to overwhelm him. More years pass, and Yoda has now decided they are ready to confront Luke. But Yoda is now too old for this battle and gives Leia some last words on his deathbed. Filled with courage, Leia is ready to bring Luke back. She flies to Han Solo and Chewbacca, telling them that the time has come to save the galaxy and Luke. Together, they fly to the Death Star. Together, they fight their way to the throne room. The door opens, and the three of them face Luke. Leia tries to speak to him, but she is interrupted by the ignition of his lightsaber. The battle begins immediately. As Leia engages Luke in a duel, Han Solo and Chewbacca fire from cover, allowing Leia to keep up. But Luke manages to use the Force to push Han and Chewbacca away, rendering them temporarily unable to fight. Seizing the moment, Luke overpowers Leia, disarming her. He looks into her eyes, and once again, she tries to reach out to him, but Luke seems lost. He is no longer the brother she knew, completely consumed by the dark side, his former self forgotten. Just as Luke raises his weapon to strike and kill Leia, Chewbacca regains his senses. Since Luke is entirely focused on Leia, Chewbacca manages to land a shot. Leia uses the distraction, calling her lightsaber back with the Force, and cuts off both of Luke's hands. He collapses to the ground, screaming in agony. Leia tries one last time to reason with him. She pleads, "You're my brother. Come back. It's not too late." But Han Solo, knowing it's already too late, fires his blaster, putting Luke out of his misery and freeing them all from further suffering. After a long moment of grief, they gather themselves. To honor Luke Skywalker, they hold a funeral, ensuring that he will be remembered as the hero who destroyed the Death Star and entered galactic history. That's it. I hope you enjoyed my little fan fiction. If you did, I would really appreciate a sub and a like. Let me know in the comments what your version of the story would be if Luke had joined Vader in Episode 5. May the Force be with you.